Hey everybody, I know you can't see me, but you can hear me. Well, my cam came in today, so today is going to be install a cam day, among other things. So we'll get rolling with it. I've already cleaned everything off. Uh, I've wiped down all of the cam bearings and got my new cam. Look at this thing. Is this beautiful or what? Huh? It's an Elgin cam, like I said yesterday. It's the one that came, or the day before. It came from Summit Racing. I got it. Or no, sorry, it came from Performance Products. And anyhow, and then I'm going to use the cam, the comp cam and lifter installation lube on the lobes after I get it put in. So like I say, I had everything wiped down. I wiped down the cam, wiped down the bearings. So I'm going to go ahead and install it. First thing I'm going to do is put some of the white lithium. I'm going to go ahead and put that on the cam journals. Yeah, I like this. They say this stuff is good because it's you know, if it's going to be a while before you start the engine, which will be my case, that it holds up a lot better. So while it's in limbo, I guess you will call it. So anyhow, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let me just check the battery on there. All right, you're still there. I'm not sure how the battery is. I'll have to keep an eye on it. So anyhow, if it starts to go off on you or something, let me know so I can change the batteries. Okay? Appreciate that. Anyhow, like I say, here I am. I'm putting the white lithium on El Camo. Like so. I'm going to stick a little white lithium in on the bearings. You know, the whole point is you can't have too much lube when you're putting an engine together. I guess that's the rumor I've heard. So I don't know, because I don't know crap about doing this stuff. This is I have no business actually building this engine, but hey, here I am. I'm doing it. So bear with me, and we'll get her done. As my friend would say, as Shake 73 would say, get her done. He's been a good inspiration for me. He keeps me motivated. I think sometimes him and TLC Bear too. You guys both keep me motivated, because I was ready to give up on this thing for sure. But anyway, you guys didn't let me, so and I appreciate that. So I want to get this thing done and over with. So I don't want to mess with it anymore. All right, I'm going to go ahead and slide her in now, very carefully. Once you get it in a few, it's not so bad, because then you got a little extra help with the other bearings, with the other journals. So we're almost in here. Just got to lift that back end up, but just a touch to get it in the rear bearing here. There we go. And she's home. All right. Camshaft is in. Like I said, it's much easier to do this without the cam in it, without the crank in it, because you know, you got access to it right here. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put the lifter and insulation lube on this thing. And this is it's thick red gooey stuff, and basically gonna just squirt it on there and wipe it on the cam, on the lobes, and yeah, this will definitely help with initial startup. You know, because they say that's the most dangerous point whenever you're putting an engine together, is the initial startup. Okay, I got some there. Let me turn it a little. Smear this stuff around. It's pretty gooey. I mean, they even make strings like glue. But if that's what it's supposed to do, that's what it's supposed to do. There's no doubt about it, it's thick. There'll also be some of this stuff on the top of the lifters. So, I mean, you know, it's going to have some from both ends, but like I say, you can't have too much lubrication when you're putting a new one in. So, anyway. Yep, like I say, that's, I don't know, maybe I'm not, I just don't think that I'm, have the same, I don't know what to call it, drive that I had when I was a teenager, you know, to do this kind of stuff. I guess once you hit a certain age, it starts to become more of a you know, a chore than I mean, I could be, I'm just making excuses maybe, I don't know. But whatever the case may be, there we go. All right, so I got that out of there, on there. I need to clean up all the installation lube that I got everywhere else. I haven't scotch braided the main bearing journals here yet. I mean the crankshaft bearings journals for the main, so I'll do that here pretty quick. And then we're gonna put the crankshaft in. Now I said I wanted to install. I'm gonna try that first before putting it in, but I need to install that timing gear on it, and so I want to do that. All right, let's see how you check the battery. Yep. So far, so good. You're still there. Yeah, I don't know. I got a new camera that has a, you know, it has a screen I can see from this side. But the problem with that is, I tried putting the SD card back into it, and it keeps locking its SD card. So there's got to be some. Okay, well, I saw the batteries. The battery did die. I'm not sure where, but that's okay. But like I said, here's I'm gonna take the crank now. I need to put a new key in it. Need to put a new key in the crank, as well as put the timing shaft gear, timing gear on there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this wrap off camera, and then when I go to put the rest of the stuff in, I'll bring you back, which will just be a second for you. Okay, in just a second. I'm back. All right, my friends. You know, I'm not a woman, but I changed my mind. So I have decided to go ahead and put the cam in. I wiped it down. I've decided to put the cam in and not worry too much about um, the getting the gear on there. I'll get it on one way or another. I saw that TLC Bear did his without you know, with it being on the stand, and you know, I know that there's a, you know, I could do like he did. That's a trick of heating it. So it's either I have it down to two choices: either heat it or beat it. And at this point in time, I think it's going to be a beat it. Um, anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and put these bearings in, and I know that the ones with the holes go in the top here, so because that's where the Earl comes in. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in. First thing I'm going to do though, before I do that, is I'm going to go ahead and Scotch-Brite those like TLC Bear recommended, and so that should be good. I need to have a bench over here is what I need. But anyway, so I've got the this is the timing gear that I'm going to put on it. I went with roller with double chain, and this one here, because it has a 3 keyways, Bear says that determines whether it's so there's a triangle here, there's a square here, and there's a dot here. So I'm assuming that dot is going to be the original timing mark when it needs to be there. So it'll be dot to dot. If I'm wrong, you can tell me, because it won't be on there today anyhow. So, all right, let me know about that for sure. I have some Scotch-Brite here somewhere set aside just for this purpose. But you know, it's kind of scary in this garage, so I don't know where everything is. Now they've moved everything around. Let me open up the door. Sorry about, I'm going to make some noise here. I'm going to open the garage door and take a look on the side of the car, and maybe that'll give us a better result. Hi, Mama. There's Mama Kitty. Oh my goodness. Do you think I can find it now? Heck no. Make sure I didn't put it in the box. No. Okay. I'm going to shut you off for a minute and we'll go take a look. I'll be back. Okay, I found it. It was actually in a drawer right next to the camera. So how's that for grands? My compressor kicked on and ouch, Mama Kitty took it on the lam. She's gone. She wanted no part of that noise. All right, so there we go. I wiped that down with the pad there. Take the rag here. Make sure it's all clean. Now I know that some people like to put their bearings in dry, but I like to put some oil here before you put the bearings on, because this way here they can slide around when you're running your engine. So just make sure you remember that underneath these bearings, heavyweight oil. Matter of fact, if you want to super glue them in there, you could do that. I don't recommend it. No, actually, as TLC Bear 2 says, and I agree, and I've seen, is that the bearings always go in dry on against that side, because that's the way you do it. All right. These all have 2 holes in them. I kind of like that. These are clevites. So these only go in one way. And the best way that they say to do it is just like that. So you put the little tang that's on there, which kind of helps you know which way it goes in. You set that into the notch, and then just push down the other side, and it pops right in. All right. Beautiful. And this guy. And there we go. Bearings are in. Sort of. This one here was kind of sticking up a little bit. I don't want it to stick up, so I'm going to reset this one and the rear one. The other ones are all flush here, so pretty much. I noticed this rear one when I put it in, it was sticking up, so much better. There we go. They're in. In like Flint. Whoever he was. This is, maybe it's Larry Flint, huh? Anyhow. Okay, so the bearings are in. Now is when you want to go ahead and put some lube on here before you drop the cam in. So we will do that now. Go ahead and put some lithium grease on here. All the holes line up, the oil holes. That's good. I want to make sure that that's going on there. So you just kind of go ahead and put some lube in here. You don't need a whole lot, just enough to protect it when you do your initial startup. I know that TLC Bear doesn't like me using this white stuff. He says that it's going to gum up my oil filter and all that stuff, but I don't know. I never had that problem in the past, and I probably will never have that problem in the future, so I don't know what he's talking about. But anyhow, there we go with that. And there's the cam. All right. I'm going to go ahead and set Mr. Crankshaft in here. Got to be very, very careful at this point. I mean, I had to have the crankshaft turn because, yes, foolish me, I didn't use the booties on the rod bolts, and when I took them off, I did the bad thing. All right. So very carefully. Drop it in. Turns good. Okay. I am going to plastic gauge the mains. So, but first I need to put the bearings in the caps. Let me get the caps. Here are my caps. Had a little scare with these because I didn't know if I had them in the right order, because the thing is I stamped them when I took them off. But what ended up happening was once I did that, and they took it to the machine shop, when they took them off, for some weird reason, I didn't put them in real deep, and I guess they came off, or they kind of, at least a couple of them washed away. So I was able, by process of elimination, to find number 1, 3, 4. One, 3, and 4. So by process of elimination, I figured out where number 5 was, or number 2. And my math is crappy. Now what I'm going to do the plastic gauge on the center bearing. And the reason why I'm going to do it that way is because it makes sense to me. I guess I could do them all, but I'm not going to do them all. I'm only going to do one. Make sure I have the right clearances. My understanding, I believe that the clearance on this bad boy is like 2/1000. So we'll see. See what we get. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I made all that nice talk about doing number 3, and then I put the bearing in number 1. So I'm going to go ahead and put the bearings in all of these, and then I'll be able to go ahead and do that. This is like wow. These are a little tougher to get in because I think they're a little thicker. They're much thicker, I think, than the bottom ones. And it's just harder to line that bad boy up. Every time I do it, I keep going below the surface. I don't like that. Maybe if I start off above. That worked. Sort of. One more time. I think I had that's the key though. Start off up above. Hey, I like it. Alright, here's number 3. This is the rascal that I want to check. So, like the others, I'm going to go ahead and clean it up. Alright, wiping her down, getting our bearing, which is here, and we'll put this bearing in. Yeah, I was kind of surprised my compressor kicked on because it was already full, so I must have a leak in my line system somewhere. I have to find it. It's probably over at the regulator. Because I have 3 dryers and a regulator in there, so yeah, I'm a little paranoid. There's number 3. Alright. Now I know that TLC Bear does it. He puts the lube on there. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to turn it. At this point, it's not going to be turned at all. So let me go grab my plastic gauge. I'll be right back. Alright, I got my piece of plastic gauge here. It's laying on top. At least it was. It's not anymore. I may have to get another piece. Because, oh, there it is. I found it. I found it. Alright, here we go. Now drop the cap on with the arrow pointing to the front. start it in. I think I torqued this to something what? I'll have to check the book. Let me check it. You still there? I am. Let me see here. What's the next one? Okie dokie. I went over there for the book, and I come back with everything but. That's me, huh? Anyway, hang on. All right. Now I got the book. I got the book. Chevrolet. All right. Crankshaft bearing and journal specifications. This is 1965 block, so I'm going to do it for 1965. 327. And it is 0.0003 to 2 thousandths. So 3 10,000ths to 29 thousandths. All right, so 2 thousandths. Pretty good. That's what I said. I thought it was wrong too. Oh, let me find what the torque is. Torco 65 to 67. It says it's 75 foot-pounds. 75. All right. The other one. That's what we'll do. We'll do 75. He's the boss. All right. So I don't know if you run these up here. You run it up until you get to 70.
Exactly what you'd expect. 10 dBs is times 10 as it happens, so that's exactly what I would expect. WR6J.
Man, I can't see to save my life.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. KK6ISP.
I'm gonna have to cheat. Hang on a second. Finally, all right, I got it. You know, poor me, blind as a bat. I had to end up using my my magnifying glass to find 75, but I found it. So like I said, I'm not going to What's what I'm looking for? I'll do it all in one thing. I'll do is I'm gonna tighten these things in kind of like a progression until we get to 75. I know I could have used a ratchet. I can actually use this as a ratchet too. There's 2. All right, we've done that. Now we take them off. You grab a ratchet. Well, I do love having those drawers marked now in my toolbox. Makes it a lot easier to find stuff. Oops. Real tight and Larry. It's loosened. Grab my rubber mallet. Give it a little help. There we go. All right, she's flattened out. Let's take a look. See where it's at. So now, I take the strip that came with it and I measure it up. I hope I can see this. Woo. I'm gonna grab my magnifying glass. See, I have something called monovision. What that means is that I have one contact in one eye and one contact in another. Comes out to 2 thousandths exactly. So that's good. That's a good reading. I'm happy. Now I'm gonna wipe off the plastic gauge, even though they say you don't have to. I think it's a good idea to anyhow. Okay, that's it. Now, my friends, we goop it up. We give it the goop. So I got some rod bolt booties for this thing now. I had the rod bolts swapped out to ARP bolts. So they'll be good. I have to use their torque lube when I put it on, but we can do that. I got the technology. So. All right, we're making business. We're making some progress today. I figure if we get the crank in, we're doing good. And we are doing good. Alright, so got 2 more bearings to put in, but I'll go ahead and set these caps in that already have them in. So number 1. Number 2. Number 3. No more. That's it. That's all I got. It's a beautiful day out. It's 70. Neighbor's out washing his truck. It's kind of nice. Feels almost like spring or summer. But oh my goodness, we still need lots of rain here, people. Lots of rain. We're still in a drought. Only at 43% of normal is what they're saying. So that's not good. I mean, it helps a lot once the snow melts up in the Sierras, and then that fills up the reservoirs and everything. But in the meantime, we're kind of up a creek without a paddle. All right. You know what I should probably do before I do this? We slip that rear main in, huh? The rear seal. Just to be safe, huh? Because I won't be able to get it in otherwise. And at least now I can pick the crank up and put it in, so. I'm just going to do what I'm trying to do is I'm going to try to slip it around. Which normally can be done. There we go. Got the rear end. I need to check something for sure. This way it's a lip there. Well, let me try this again then, folks. One more time for 1. Let's do this for 1. Being as I put the flange, put it in with the gasket with the flap, rubber plastic seal flap going the wrong direction, so that won't work. Very carefully, we'll try to get this out of here. If worse comes to worse, I have another one, so I'm not really too worried about it. But yeah, that was pretty foolish. Did it without even thinking, and I shouldn't have. It's coming. Ever so slowly, but it's coming. Yeah, I looked at the package and it shows a little rubber lip going oil side, which is not where the flywheel is. So we're almost there. Silly guy, man. All right. right, let me grab a little bit of RTV. Yeah, I'm using something called Ultra Gray. It's something that, oh, I've used it for years. Had good luck with it. So I think there's no reason to change now because it works so well for me. So yeah, it's good stuff. If you're ever looking for gasket material, gasket maker, Ultra Gray it's called. Awesome, awesome stuff. And you know that I'm kidding because if it wasn't for Shake's 73, I wouldn't have this stuff. He's the man that sold me on it. So, you know, just giving him a little bit of a hard time, being as he loves it. He thrives on it. He says negative attention is better than no attention at all. That's what he says. All right. Got that there. Now we can put on the rear cap. Coolio. All right, now I got to run these down and torque them up. And get an extension. Awesome. All right, let's go. One of the things I'm not going to check is the crankshaft end play, but I am going to how you say it, you know, do the force it forward and force it back just to make sure that it's there. I don't know what you want to call that. Call it whatever you want, I guess. It's kind of nice when you have nice weather when you're doing this. I know you guys back in the east where you have to fight with the cold in order to do anything. I don't envy you, but hey, you know, I grew up in that. And when I spent my first summer here in California, my first winter in California, Thanksgiving Day, I was down at the beach, and I said, Michigan, I'm never coming home. And only been back there a couple times since, and usually for funerals. And that's the way it's going to be. I mean, I love Michigan, but keep that cold weather, man. I don't need that. I don't need it. There we go. Make sure she still turns. Turns good. And now the dime has gone. All right, who took my torque wrench? I saw you, somebody over here reaching for it. Oh, there it is. Never mind. That was me. Wowie, kazowie. I need a drink of water. You know, when I get excited, I get dried out. And I guess I'm pretty excited about getting this thing together. This piece of beautiful engine. All right. Less torque from boats. I mean, I know I don't have to do this in any sequence. I'm just kind of doing this because I want to. It's my engine. I can do what I want to, right? Yeah, I don't know what happened last night. I heard the scan. We had the entire freeway between San Jose and San Francisco shut down for a couple of hours. Oh my goodness. What did I just do? You know what I just did. Too excited. Too damned excited. Glad I caught it before I torqued it. I did rotate the crankshaft. I don't think it should have touched. Hope it in my heart. There's no touchy-watchy. Can't believe that. That's what happens when you have a rookie. When you have a rookie doing a professional's job. Happens every stinking time. Lord, okay. I made a promise to myself. Oh yeah, nothing on here, so it didn't touch. Awesome. And I wasn't going to screw up anymore when I was putting this engine together. So much for that promise. That sure didn't last long, did it? Oh crap, now the bolts fell out. I have no bolts to put in here now. What am I going to do? As I say, you know, leave this stuff to professionals. Because apparently this kid hasn't the slightest idea what he's doing. I'm going to put some more goopy on there. You know what I mean? Some more of the sealant. Just so I know it's got a fresh layer, a fresh coat. Alright. That'll work better. Alright, we're back in business. So like I was saying, let me check the battery, make sure you guys are good. You good. You're good. All right. Now we're going to torque some bolts. Got to put my foot on this engine stand or it'll move. All right. One, two. Drive me nuts.
Depends on helicopter, I would imagine. KCA. Nice. And, well, it was a nice blender, great one. I don't know what it was, but it went right over me. It was like it was going 100, 150 miles an hour. Awfully fast.
One more, two more to go.
Well, like your military helicopters can go pretty quick, like a couple of 100 miles an hour, I guess. My dog was a little upset. Walking the dog here, and looked up
And there we go.
yelling at her.
I'm torqued off.
I guess the speed is limited because
That's
of
good.
the rotors. Because when you
No problem.
consider the rotor plus
What am I looking for?
airspeed, you end up rotor cutting through the air pretty fast on one side. So I guess that's stress on the rotors. You can hear that.
Well, my friends,
Yeah, you're really not even
that pretty
moving,
much,
I can tell it's you, but
at this point, takes care of the bottom end until we start. We got to ring the pistons, check them, and then put the pistons in. We'll do that tomorrow. So today was a good day. Got the cam in, got the crank in. Crank is fine, moves good. Everything's just lubed up, elastigaged. So, gosh, not a whole lot more to talk about for today. So, anyway, again, if you have a YouTube channel, head on over to YouTube Shop Talk on Facebook. Share your YouTube channel with us, and we'll share ours with you, and we can take a look and see how things are going on your channel. You can see how things are going on ours, and have some fun. We usually kind of just kid each other in the evenings, and we chit chat back and forth. So come on over, and if you're normal, you might as well just stay away, because we're definitely not normal. So anyhow, guys, have a good evening. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.